I don't know why I'm doing this. So unless you've been living under a rock, there's this new hybrid, or not new, it's already a year old. Indom 2.0, made by Goji Center. A hybrid that they made for fun. But then Goji Guy made a hybrid that could beat the Indom 2.0 called the Hang. And just by seeing what's in its genome, we can safely say that it could clearly beat the Indom 2.0. But then my good old friend Kennerzilla made his own hybrid. Actually, he made his hybrid before the Indom 2.0, as I've heard. So then I decided, you know what? Why not? I managed to create a hybrid that could beat the Therisaurus Rex by my good old friend Kennerzilla. Just a heads up though, this video will be split up into 3 sections. Now before I start working on my hybrid, it's best that I give off what my hybrid is facing against. As the name suggests, it has the DNA of the Tyrannosaurus and the Therizinosaurus. However, it specifically has Dominion Therizinosaurus, but paleo-accurate Tyrannosaurus. I don't know how that works, but don't ask me why, don't ask. Next up, it has Dominion Giganotosaurus DNA for the extra osteoderms on its body. I think it's also for the speed as well, but again, the Carcharodontosaurids are known to be, they're known to be pack hunters and also kind of quick when it comes to megatheropods. Also some Sarcosuchus DNA just for extra osteoderms and the capability to swim, which would probably mean this thing also has webbed feet, but it's never confirmed. Now, for the next genome that they used for this hybrid is a bat. Not like any specific kind of bat, just a bat. Not a vampire bat, though, that's for sure. The main reason why they have bats DNA, why it has a bat DNA, is because for the echolocation, which I'm not sure if that's going to be that helpful against my hybrid, but if it takes place in the dark, then yes, it would be helpful. And finally, Titanoboa DNA, for the strangest reason, I gotta say. As I mentioned earlier, it had the bite force of the Tyrannosaurus, but it also had the bite grip of the Giganotosaurus. So, the Titanoboa DNA helps it, close better, I guess? This is kind of based on memory, so I could be wrong about this, but that's all I have to say about this hybrid. And before you say anything about the Dominion Giga and the Dominion theory about, being two separate, being species that are made with other species, remember, the Dominion Giganotosaurus looks exactly like the one from the prologue. I don't want to hear it. However, my hybrid genome will have 10 animals in its genome, and unfortunately, probably means it won't be as functional like the Indom 2.0, but hey, it's just one extra genome. But not only will this hybrid have 10 species in its genome, it'll also be based off of a specific character. So, I'll just go on with the genome, I guess. For the base genome, we'll have Tyrannotitan, specifically for the biting grip, the theropod build, and possibly the speed. You might be asking, why not Giganotosaurus? Well, because these two are relatively the same size. And honestly, Tyrannotitan is just much more cooler. Next up, we have a Spinosaurus, specifically for the swimming attributions, specifically from the webbed toes and the spine. The paddle tail will be completely useless. And don't mention about the dense bones, okay? It's my hybrid. I get to add dense bones or not, okay? Just because it has Spinosaurus DNA doesn't mean it has dense bones. Next up we have is Torosaurus DNA for the frill, horns, and the jaw as well. As seen with ceratopsians, they have a specific mechanic in their jaw that allows them to close it at a certain angle. And also, I will be shrinking the frill slightly, so that way it doesn't, cause any issues. Next up is Shantungosaurus for an extremely obvious reason. This is confirmed to be the largest non-sauropod dinosaur ever discovered that we know of. while making our hybrid a bit bulkier and not that fast, it still will be pretty quick. Again, something that is also self-explanatory, Therisaurus, but unfortunately, the claws are completely useless. I mean, seriously. Not only the claws aren't able to pierce flesh, but they're merely just there to grab vegetation. Sure, possibly defense, but still, it's not good enough. It's not good enough. I mean, if only there was another way. Oh, wait, there is. Megaraptor. Not only to make the claws sharper, but also make the claws a bit smaller, so that way they don't break easily. But to do that, we need more strength into the arms. And that's where Megatherium comes in. With those strong arms, that thing can swipe a literal Smilodon if it wanted to. If Sid the Sloth was a Megatherium, he would destroy Diego. And he wouldn't even need Manny to help him. Why the hell am I talking about Ice Age all of a sudden? Next up we have is Sauropelta for the Osteoderms. And usually the Osteoderms would be on the neck area, seen with Sauropelta. But no, not this time. This time, the Osteoderms are going to be on the shoulder area, like Borealopelta. I didn't add Borealopelta because it would make the hybrid red. And finally, Pangolin DNA. Just for extra Osteoderms. And for some extra detail. Also, for a side note, I decided to add pig DNA just in case this thing fights the Indom 2.0. And finally, I decided to add one thing for this hybrid that, well, will probably surprise a lot of you guys. Not only the fact that some of these hybrids from the Hybrid War aren't really based on any characters, I decided to base my hybrid off a character, like how Zane Reborn named his pterosaur after a blade. So I decided to base my hybrid off a character. And that specific character is... I made a hybrid based on Miss Circle. Because I wanted to, okay? It's fun. And, well, now that we are finally at this point, allow me to introduce you to my hybrid.
Oreo. Non.
Meet the Circular Spinosaurus, a hybrid based on Miss Circle, while also having the capability of beating the Therisaurus Rex. What? Don't believe me? Well, allow me to show you a video animation of perfectly analyzing on what would happen if these two came across each other. he never stood a chance. Sure, he was smarter, and he was probably faster. But still, she was still stronger. A stronger bite force, more durability. She even had more weaponry than him. And for that reason, I decided, you know what, screw it. I'm hosting a hybrid war where you can make a hybrid that has to be based off a specific character. I don't know why. I just want to now. And well, here are some very specific rules that you need to follow in order to join the Battle Royale. Or the war. I don't know, okay? I don't know. But hey, how about we do something different, and instead of a great hybrid war, we do a great hybrid battle royale. And there will be a good amount of contenders, like a handful, I guess. That is, if you want to join the battle royale. You don't have to. If you want to, here are some things you need to follow. Rule number 1. With all hybrid wars, there comes the rule where you can only use real animals. Rule number 2. You must make your hybrid based on one specific character. One hybrid, one character. That's how that works. Rule number 3. Yes, hybrid teams are allowed. However, the amount of teammates you can only have for your hybrid is 9. So that way there are 10 creatures for your team. Let's say for an example we have a hybrid based on Sonic the Hedgehog. And you thought you wanted to add, well, Tails and Knuckles to the team as separate hybrids. The one thing you must do is make sure you have similar genomes to them so that way they can communicate with each other and form plans against the others. If they're smart enough, at least. But the teammates have to be iconically next to each other. Such as characters like Mario and Luigi, Pin, Coiny, and Needle, and maybe even Godzilla and Anguirus. Rule number 4 is pretty obvious. Just don't use AI art for your hybrid. It's lazy and stupid. This one's also extremely obvious. Do not steal someone else's hybrid, okay? That's also another stupid and cheap move. This one is extremely self-explanatory. Do not make the hybrid too big. It'll collapse on its own weight. Making it a whale with legs is just stupid. Now this one is also extremely self-explanatory and obvious, okay? No powers. That's just stupid. Listen, I do not want others' hybrids to get hanked as well. So just a reminder, do not add too many species to the hybrid, okay? The max limit is at least 10. So, I just want to make sure. Rule number 9. Yes, aquatic and sky hybrids are allowed. Just make sure that the aquatic hybrids aren't fully aquatic and make sure that they can be semi-aquatic. You can still use the base of a shark, just make sure to give it limbs, so that way it can go on land and stuff like that. And finally, have fun. There's going to be a lot of great hybrids out there. I'm sure of it. So I'm hoping you guys are going to have as much fun as I am while producing this. Also, just a reminder, do not make a hybrid based on your OC. That's... just don't. Anyways, that wraps up for today's video. So I just want to clarify, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And most importantly, I hope you guys are ready to draw your greatest hybrids. If you don't know how to draw, I'm sorry. You could just commission someone or ask someone else to draw it. I can't help you with that. If you want to submit your hybrid, make sure to @ me or join the Discord to add your hybrid submission. And my good old friend Sentinel-1 will check the hybrid out and see if it's good enough. I'll be checking out the ones from the YouTube submissions. So just a reminder.